So we to see another week in the month of June 2025. As it is right now, we are wrapping up the month of June, and I can't wait to get into the seventh month of the year, July of 2025. But before we get to there, how are you doing this week? What's up? What are your plans? Any plans? What have you been feeding yourself with, especially information over the weekend? It's been a lot, from crisis to defections to, of course, entertainment scenes as well. But we're here to focus mainly on our entertainment scenes. There's so much that's happened in the world of your favorite celebrities, in the drama scene on social media. There's so much that has happened in the movie world. There's so much that has happened in the music industry. And we'll be here to unpack all of them together. Welcome to Entertainment Now on Spectrum Television. I am Vera Philip, your host. For today, there's so much I have to give to you. So much has happened over the weekend. I can't even wait to start with. Starting off with the drama is, of course, what is happening in the Edochie's camp. Now, I would like to say it is very heartbreaking to see how a family issue is becoming a social media issue. Very sad, because from where we come from, of course, this is Africa, and we like to keep things that happen in the family within the family. Yes, we have social media now, and a lot of people think that social media is the best place to solve their problems. However, has it ever really solved anybody's problem? Or does it just escalate to the problem? That's what's happening in the Duche's family right now. Of course, the story from the beginning is that Yul Edochie, got married to a second wife, Judy Austin, and of course, May Edochie says she can't accept that because it was never in the agreement. She never heard or anything that he was going to take a second wife, at any point in their marriage. So this happens, and of course, people are now beginning to pick sides, not just in the family, but as well on social media, as this was brought on social media. Now, Yul Edochie is currently with his wife, Judy Austin. They have like two kids together right now, and everything seems to be going well in that camp. However, Link Edochie, who happens to be the older brother to Yul Edochie, recently got married to Yinka. Yinka and Linz Edochie are two people who met via social media and decided to have a thing, and of course progressed it into marriage. However, Linz Edochie has been single ever since his divorce 9 years ago. So after this divorce, and of course that's 9 years ago, coming back to get married to Yinka, you know, social media space was buzzing, both positive and negative, comments, especially when it comes to the Edochie's family. There's always going to be some negative comments. Now, I'm unaware of how much of the hate comment was coming towards Yinka. However, it seemed to be pissing Yinka off as she decided to respond to these negative comments. One thing led to another, and she tagged May Edochie and said that May Edochie's fan base was attacking her, and all of that they are bullies and they are bullying her on social media. Still confused about how they made Edochie get into your business. However, it seems as though Yinka didn't want to stop there, as Yinka went ahead to, call out May Edochie, say she's hiding behind her fans to attack her. She's being bullied by May Edochie's fans. She went as far as posting May Edochie's phone number on social media. She also threatened that she was going to be posting the chats that she's been having with May Edochie. According to her, May Edochie was the first person to approach her for friendship. Like, they've not been friends, they don't have any relationship. However, May Edochie approached her for friendship. Now, social media investigators had gone to bring out a post where we had May Edochie make a post on social media, and Yinka commented under the post and was like, "Oh, God bless you, you're light of the world." And that seemed to spark another reaction. Hello, Mama, it's not adding up. What are you saying? So she released May Edochie's phone number on social media, and this doesn't seem to be sitting well with her husband, Lins Edochie, who has taken to social media to not just remove her from his Instagram. He actually unfollowed her on Instagram. They both unfollowed each other on Instagram. He made a public statement on Instagram saying that he disassociates himself with the mess that has been created by Yinka. According to him, he's a man of peace, and therefore he's not one to encourage bullying or to encourage unnecessary fights. And yeah, this was his message. He said, "I usually don't make careless speeches, but I want to set the record straight. I am a man of peace and value my sanity. For the record, I did not endorse the recent attacks on May. Neither did I endorse posting her number online, which has triggered meaningless retaliation. We may not all agree with each other, but we can respect one another. Better to be alone and at peace than to be in a union filled with landmines. Respect." This was Lins Tochukwu Edochie's comment on social media, which of course sparked the reaction that himself and his wife are no longer together over this issue. It's been a lot for May Edochie actually. And the funny thing is how she has been so quiet on social media regardless of what and all the storms that have been hitting her. Trust with Edochie, the mother-in-law, to actually come for them, or the sister-in-law to actually come for them on her behalf. And she comes on social media like, yeah, she's in China, she's enjoying herself, she's doing her business, and whatnot and whatnot. I like that May Edochie would respond to bad, press like this. However, it says so much about what could be happening in the Doche's family. We have elders in the Doche's family. Rita Doche is an elder. Peter Doche is an elder. Yole Doche is one of the youngest sons in the family. That is to say that we have older brothers before him. There are elders in this family, and it's just I think a sit down with everyone to sort out these issues. Elders talking to children, because at this point they're acting like children, talking to children and call them to order over some of their actions, especially on social media. We don't need this drama. May Edochie is one person who wouldn't respond. Now we don't know if she pinches things out or via her, her fan page. But one thing is certain: she's not going to respond from her page. Never to any accusation, never to any negative press coming her way. She isn't going to be responding. And that so far has maybe rattled up some of the people who come after her on social media. But of course, that's the situation with the Doche's family. Now, one would wonder why, after 1 month of marriage, it's going to be separating because of May Edochie, who is also a wife in the family, but of course, is now going through a divorce with her husband, or her ex-husband, Yul Edochie. It's really funny, but I mean, Yinka needs to sort this out with her husband, and of course, let May Edochie rest, because May Edochie has an army behind her on social media anyways. If she's not going to respond, her army will respond. All right. The Edochie's family will be fine. We move away from that to something else. We're taking a look at Priest Net Mwoko, Regina Daniels' husband. Now, Regina Daniels' husband has made a post on social media where he's calling out Showore for supporting someone who was defaming the character of his wife. Now, on a video that was made by this social media content creator, he accused Regina Daniels of a lot of things. I would like to say a lot of slut shaming was done in this video. I do believe that when people want to make content out of things like this, they should actually have their lawyers ready. Because you do not go and make a content over someone who is as powerful as Ned Nwoko and his wife Regina Daniels without some powers behind you too. Now, nobody is saying that if things are bad, you shouldn't expose them. But these are things that don't even have anything. They are not their private lives, whether it's true or not, doesn't have any business with the public. It doesn't help the public in any way. It doesn't make the economy better. It doesn't do anything to us. So why are you going to be spilling things that you do not even have backup for? So he has said that he has arrested this man and is going to see him to court. And Showore has been training support for this content creator. However, Ned Moko seems not to be having it, as he has brought the post himself on social media to talk about how he's going to use this one to set an example. And this is the thing, I feel like we've gotten to the point where we create a lot on social media that we forget that there are real people involved, that people can actually react to your to whatever it is that you say or whatever it is that you trigger them, to say on social media. Let's take a look at this video.
And I challenge Regina Daniel with Nekoko to sue me to court against the allegation where people they talk say me. I led an allegation against Regina Daniel say she get boyfriend for Abuja. Yes, and to all these Regina fans wey be saying for social media on again mouth, wey be saying I go dey comment anyhow saying on her face. Make una tag Regina Daniel under this video. Make she sue me to court and I get the evidence. I go bring every evidence come outside. Now me talk am. I know where Regina Daniel they doing dirty stuff for Abuja here. When they bring her come lunch, we be saying yes, all the children were born for network, no be network, get out. Yes, I know the place. Make she sue me go court, and I am there ready to come outside with the evidence. If we yes, if person they do bad.
You can imagine some of the things that this guy has to say. How does this help the economy? How does this help the attack in Benme State? How does this help the attack in Plateau? How does this even help us moving forward? Whatever accusation you think you have, especially baseless ones, especially ones where you're triggering people and you expect that the people you are mentioning will not come after you. I feel like it comes, as much as social media has given us so much audacity, we should know when to actually draw the line. So whatever happens with this guy, I'm sure Ray is also on top of the matter of the situation. So whatever happens to this guy, I'm sure we're definitely going to be here to follow up and bring back more information on that. Moving away from that to the acting scene, actor Femi Branch has been accused of slapping a crew member on set. Now, of course, some actors and actresses have been accused of bullying crew members. They've been accused of, treating crew members badly. There's been so many other actors that have been accused of that. Echinosa one time accused Fred Leonard of actually being such a person. There's been so many accusations once a year and there. I think one time someone even accused Keith Henshaw of being rude to crew members. These accusations come up. However, whether they are true or not depends on the crew members and, of course, the people who were present at the act. Another one is actor Femi Branch, who was recently accused of slapping a crew member on set. In this particular set, he wasn't allowed to step out of set until he apologizes. So the crew members all came together and agreed that if he doesn't apologize, he's not going to be leaving the premises. Maybe he was already done shooting and was about to leave, and they refused him to leave. They said, if you do not apologize to the AD guy that you slapped, then you can't move. Let's take a look at the video.
What's the meaning of all this? I listen to somebody insulted me, and the next thing that talk to me.
Let's start to me. I don't necessarily have to talk to you. I don't even necessarily have to talk to you. Let's shoot this film.
You don't have control of yourself. And somebody is talking, and I'm saying I'm insulting someone on your face.
That is what you are saying. That is what you are saying.
Like seriously,
you slap somebody on my set, and you know who you slap.
Like seriously, so the person that is disrespecting, this is the person that is disrespecting you. When you were standing there before the camera and shouting, and the person was doing
you are done your, there is no problem. You are done your, there is no problem. Let's finish that. Guys, let's play, let's go.